when she gets fouled hard, it's the end of the world.
What did he?
They act like it's the end of the world. Oh, they fouled her hard.
What did he say in particular? What did he do?
He always takes up for the establishment.
Corey Holcomb goes in on Stephen A. Smith. You know, yesterday we talked about Stephen A. Smith getting into it with his co-host Monica McNutt about the Caitlin Clark flagrant foul.
Well, the question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
Caitlin Clark is white, and because she's white, and because she's considered box office and she's a star who happens to be white, that is why Eminem, when I brought up words like envy or jealous or resentment, whatever word you wanted to pick, I didn't say it in a negative fashion like, oh my God, it's a problem. I used the word justified.
You know, Corey had to weigh in on it. You know, him and Stephen have a history, but I believe it's warranted.
About Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is ESPN's main boy, and he's paid a lot of money to speak the voice of the Caucasian folks who run ESPN. Long story short, they try to make the story of this young lady, Caitlin Clark, a story that is compelling for the masses to hear. Like, they want you to be on Caitlin Clark's side. And I'm not saying Caitlin Clark has done anything wrong. Caitlin Clark is a Caucasian female basketball player who plays for the Indiana team in the WNBA, and she's a good player. But because she's Caucasian, she's given a lot more than the nigga bitches that have been given everything they had in this league. And I just want to say this because it is my opinion people don't like to say this. When you're Caucasian and you can play, you're going to get more than the black people. When you're Caucasian and you can play, you will be considered the greatest ever. They make the people on ESPN say Tom Brady is the greatest to ever play. Here's a Caucasian male who played in the NFL, and I could name 10 NFL players. You don't even want to try and say, oh, Tom Brady was better than him. You know what I'm saying, Tom?
That's that great white hope theory, you know, that's been made so famous in boxing. But, you know, there is something to be said about that. Every generation, they want to kind of bring that out. And this is the first time maybe we're experiencing that in women's basketball, the WNBA.
Tom Brady was a great player, no doubt, but it's like you do too much. And now you're trying to do too much with this one girl where when she gets fouled hard, it's the end of the world.
What did he?
They act like it's the end of the world. Oh, they fouled her hard.
What did he say in particular? What did he do?
He always takes up for the establishment.
And what did he say? Because I'm out of it. But I've seen a lot of stories about these two girls. So
he takes up for the establishment, and what happened was he was into this debate with a young lady that's, as he said, he allows on his show. Her name is Monica McNutt.
Oh, his.
It's a great name.
That was messed up, by the way, too. Why was he so adamant about letting people know that he allowed her on his show, that he was providing the opportunity for this black woman to be on First Take? Like, that was such a big contribution to the discussion. Like, man, Stephen A. Smith is a trip, man.
That's her name, Monica McNutt.
What happened when you hit it? No, I ain't gonna say it.
I don't know if she is into guys or whatever.
Yeah, she's married.
But with the makeup on, she hittable. Without the makeup on, you got to take her to Olive Garden. But her and Stephen A. got into it. And
yeah, Monica McNutt is married, first and foremost, which is great. I don't think Corey saw her whole body. I'm just going to be honest. Her body's tight. So I'm just going to leave it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she all right.
Olive Garden. But her and Stephen A. got into it, and she really put him on blast. But the point I just want to drive is this. Stephen A. Smith will not admit that you are the company man. You're the company man. You're a boy. And everybody who comes on your show, and I'm talking about athletes with superhero strength, they can't really check you like they want to because You're the head boy at ESPN, and if you say anything different, you're talking around the facts.
Now, Corey, you know he's real sensitive.
I know he's real sensitive.
He's gonna get mad when you.
And I can't do nothing about it. Somebody has to tell the truth. You are not some good person. You are a boy for ESPN. And I remember one day when you spoke out about women, you said something about, well, if they don't watch what they doing, you said something. They suspended you,
they
boy.
scared him.
And ever since that, you've been a good boy. Ever since you got back. So Stephen A. Smith.
Was that around the Ray Rice issue? It's been so long, but I remember when Stephen A. Smith got suspended that time. Something. I got to do some research on that, but I believe that's what it is. Put it in the comments if you know exactly what the moment was.
Everybody who smiled with you because you're the head boy at ESPN, if it makes you feel better to live that life, then live that life. But Corey Holcomb, 5150, am here to remind you once again, you a boy. And not many people like your ass. They smile with you. Anybody who's smiling with you, Stephen A., you should be offended by that. Because they being phony with you. Yuck, 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 yuck. Just like me. Every time I smile with bitches, I be like, God damn it, I shouldn't have did that. Knowing I can't stand a bitch. But I do what I have to do to be able to wash up after I'm through.
Can I say this public announcement?
Please.
Please do not try to run up on Corey Holcomb. Do not think that he's that he don't have anybody behind his back.
No, I'm nothing. I'm a nobody.
No. I have to let people know because I get people, man. You get your boy Corey. No, you don't know who's standing behind him. So please do not feel like I'm gonna get Corey.
I'm nothing.
Don't try to tap him on the shoulder.
50 is standing behind him.
Shit, I got Securitas to have my back. I got licensed guard card agents.
Please do not run up on Corey.
So, yeah, Corey didn't mince any words. He goes right to it. But like I said, this has been an ongoing situation with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith being in a public-facing environment, and that show in itself, First Take, like I was watching a clip earlier today, it just seems like they're chronically on TV. Like they are the most chronically on TV people ever. Right? Because when they're not on TV, they're on YouTube. If they're not on Nightcap, they're on Club Shay Shay. If they're not on Club Shay Shay, they're on Stephen A. Smith's channel. And they had a moment with Molly, which, like, people were like, it had to be an HR violation of some kind. They didn't know if it was a Shannon violation or it was a Molly violation or what. But even Stephen, it could have been a Stephen A. Smith violation if you really talk about it, how the conversation started about alcohol and. But I'll play the clip.
Cognac and all this stuff. Molly, what are you dabbling? You like the red wine, the white wine, and
I don't
cognac.
drink,
What do
Stephen.
you like?
I actually don't.
At all?
No.
Not even wine?
No.
You?
No.
Wow, that's a shocker right there.
Guess what else you don't do, Molly?
What?
Work out.
What?
Oh, God.
I don't work out?
No.
Okay. All right.
That's what you call it, what you be doing?
Okay.
Jumping on the trampoline, jumping on the trampoline, jumping on the trampoline, that little round trampoline going side to side. That's working out for you?
It's cool.
Okay.
Believe what you want, Shannon.
I have nothing to do with this conversation. I'm
just saying. All I'm saying, you've been saying for the last year, Molly, Shannon, we're going to get a workout together. Oh, Shannon, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard you call me yet.
You know what, Shannon? I'll leave you with this. Some
That
people
is true,
like their
Molly.
their haircuts
That is true,
high
Molly.
and tight. Some people's bodies are that way. Coming up on First Take, a lot of talent and elite scores on both.
Corey is very clear about how he feels about Stephen A. Smith. He thinks he's a boy, which, I'm not going to go that far, but I will say that Stephen A. Smith has a job at ESPN, and he's supposed to, in order to help him maintain that job, you feel like he's on edge at all times, that he will be ousted for anything. And that's a rough place to be, because if you're trying to, if you're trying to be, provocative, if you're trying to push the level or say anything, stand on anything, have any political stance. It's hard for you to operate in that type of system. You know what I mean? And the same thing goes for athletes. You know, athletes are kind of governed by an overall body, and it's like you can't get too far off of the narrative or you will be financially impacted. So Stephen A. Smith existing within that ESPN Disney world is kind of limiting him in some ways. It definitely is. So I'm glad to see him get on YouTube, but even in YouTube, you know, he's a little more loose, but I don't know if he's able to fully go there like he wants to. It would be nice to see what Stephen A. Smith does after ESPN, you know, because I do feel like at some point they are trying to force Stephen A. Smith into out of ESPN and at least out of the position of being Mr. ESPN. And I think the fact that he's gone out and started his own stuff may be an indication of what's to come for Stephen A. You know, and that's why I say it's hard to be loyal to these companies when they'll just kick you out on the doorstep. You know, like they'll put a foot in your ass and tell you to go buy. You know, but that's the media landscape we're in. You can learn more about media from Faucette Media myself. You can book a session. Sign up for my newsletter down below. You get more information. I'm also coming out with some courses, trying to guide this thing. You know, you might not know, but I do more than just Corey Holcomb reactions, and I think I'd like to impart some wisdom to you all. So if you'd like to learn more about YouTube, if you'd like to learn about media, the acting business, the music business, all these things that I've been surrounded by my whole adult life, let me know. Hit that link in the description, sign up to the newsletter, and I'll get back with you. Anyway, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. This is Faucette Media.